So I used AI to scale this e-commerce store from about $1,000 to $5,000 per day to over $100,000 within a 24-hour period. This wasn't easy by no means, but it's not massively difficult to do. And the best part is this is not very expensive to do. So when I was working with this client, and just full transparency, this is about a 25% profit margin. So about $25,000, $27,000 in profit in a 24-hour period, which is obviously huge for this brand. And one thing that we wanted to do when working with these guys, and this is the stuff that I teach a lot of e-commerce brands, I work with e-commerce brands, setting the system up for them. The link for that is down below in the description. But I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it today in this video. And it's not very expensive to do. And one of the things we wanted to work on with this client was increasing the revenue of their store through increasing conversion rates. And basically my thought process was, well, if we can set up a salesperson on the website which converts customers, can bundle products together, can talk to customers and explain this product works well with this one and that sort of stuff, and then maybe we could increase our conversion rates. So they had a lot of products in their store. I think they probably had about 100 different products that they were selling. And my goal was to basically see if I could get people buying multiple bestsellers, to try and bundle those bestsellers together. Because when somebody comes into a business, when they come onto a branded website, there's a lot of the time you can buy necklaces, jewelry, bracelets, rings, the whole sort of things as like a bundle deal, because they all work together. They're designed by a brand and people want to wear that brand's jewelry. Now I'll talk about branding in another video, but the goal was to see if I could get an AI sales agent to basically recommend different products to customers. So here's how I did it. Because taking a store from $1,000 to $2,000 to $5,000 per day to $100,000 per day is an insane achievement. It's a huge amount of work, and a lot of research was done beforehand, and a lot of expensive systems were built. And over time, I managed to reduce those systems and kind of create something that would allow me to do this consistently on every single store that I worked with. So in this case, one thing I wanted to work on was increasing the conversion rates, converting more customers, but then increasing average order value. If I'm spending $50 to acquire a customer and they give me $100, that's great. 2 times return on investment, 2 times return on my ad spend. But if I could get them to give me $150 or $200, I'm suddenly making 3x, 4x return on my ad spend, and I'm just making more money out of thin air just by getting that customer to purchase more products. And I realized after analyzing their email account that they were kind of doing this some way through email. They would have people who visited their website and then they would have problems or questions. They'd say, look, can I wear this in, it's like bracelets, does this tarnish, right? Those sorts of questions, or what 2 products work together, or do you have like a gift bundle? These sorts of questions people were sending in via email. And they had a virtual assistant working in the Philippines that was managing these emails, was just responding to people and trying to just answer their questions. But it was very, very slow. So somebody would email in at 12 o'clock and then at 2 o'clock they'd get a response, or 5 o'clock or the next day. And by that point, the customer's no longer in a buying cycle and they just weren't converting these customers. And I thought this was just stupid. So I thought, well, what if we could combine a language model like GPT with their website store information, but more specifically, I wanted it to be able to bundle products together, create cart links and product links and all of this stuff, right? Because the theory being, people can get answers to their questions instantly that way. If you're on a website and you're shopping around and you want to know if the product's going to tarnish if you wear it in the sea, you can get an answer to that question instantly. But also, as an added bonus, as a business owner, you can see the questions that people have about your products, which means you can increase the conversion rates on your website anyway, just by updating the website's product page. So essentially what we're doing here is we are speeding up the decision-making process, the buying-making process, and assisting with that customer's purchase behavior. And like I say, this is systems that I'm setting up for people on their e-commerce stores. The link for that is down below if you're interested. But basically what happens when somebody comes to your store, if they don't understand your brand and they don't understand your products and they don't understand how they can go together, customers are lazy, right? They want to know everything straight away and they don't want to have to do any of the work and effort. And typically a buying journey will take 2 to 3 days. They are coming to the website in a buying frame. But if they leave and they spend 2 or 3 days thinking about your products, there's no guarantee they're going to come back and purchase. And if you haven't got proper, abandoned cart sequences, you're not going to recapture any of that revenue. And even with abandoned cart sequences, you're only capturing 10%, maybe 5% of that lost revenue. So I thought, well, let's just decrease the customer experience, the customer decision-making experience, to a matter of minutes when they're on the website and they're buying. That makes sense, right? So the only way to really do this, and this happens a lot of the time when you're in a store. If you go to the Apple store, you've got the Apple genius who comes up to you and they ask you if you have any, if you need any help. And then if you have a problem or you want an answer about a specific product, their goal is to explain that to you. And most of the time what happens is somebody coming into the store is already there because they want to purchase. They wouldn't have walked into the Apple store unless maybe they're just browsing, right? But most of the time if somebody talks to a genius, it's because they need help with purchasing the product. Maybe they're not sure if it's right for them. The job of the genius as a salesperson is to get that person to pay for the product, and maybe they earn a commission. But you can't do that on an e-commerce website. It's very difficult, or it's very time consuming and expensive to have somebody sitting in a live chat on your website just talking to customers all day, and it's not very scalable. But if we can build an AI that can do this, then it kind of makes sense. So that's what I ended up setting about doing. I ended up building a prototype where essentially we take the product information. This is just a demo store that I've built to showcase this product. It takes all of that product information and it injects it into a brain, right? And this brain is trained on all of these products. So all of the product names, the amount of whatever you've got, variant IDs, the colors, the specifications of the product, whatever, right? All of that information goes into this brain. You can upload discount codes, those sorts of things. All of that information goes into the brain. And then what happens when somebody comes in and they say, look, recommend me a product, it would be able to give them a link to that product. They would then go to that product page. But if somebody's going through a buying cycle and they have questions about that product, for example, how often can I use this? How much do I need to use per usage? And it says, 2 to 5 mil per application. That's perfect because now it can answer that person's question. Not only that, right? If it doesn't have access to that information, you need to add that information to your product page, right? And you can pause these, you can read through these conversations. But essentially, once they finally get to the point where they would like to buy it, it will send them a link to that product. And this can happen on any page of the website. But I thought, okay, we can make this one step better. I thought, well, why don't we add to cart links and start bundling products together? And I'll do a demonstration of that in a second. But anyway, I started to scale the ads and it worked. Hit about $5,000 to $7,000 in a couple of days on this store. And it was just basically doubling our average order value. People were coming through and they were buying multiple products because they were able to get answers to their questions. And it kind of makes sense when you think about it, right? But it's not easy to do. It's not easy to set up. And you don't want to have a chatbot that's just going to start hallucinating and making up answers and just bundling products that don't exist. So that was a lot of work on my end, just trying to build a system that could do this and reliably upsell products. But it started to work for this client. And I've been working on it over time and I've been improving it. So you can see here, if somebody came in and they said, look, I want to buy my girlfriend a gift around $50. What can I get her? It's recommended this product, but it knows it's under $50. So it adds on the bath bar on top of that. So now it brings it over $50. And then to get that customer over the line, it says, look, use this 15% off discount code because you're spending over $50. So that customer's now got 2 products they can buy easily. They don't need to think about it. They're happy to get that product. They get a discount code. Everyone's happy. You make more revenue from that customer that you wouldn't otherwise have made. And I'll give you a demonstration of this. This is the product that I've built. And you can see here, if we come into this chatbot and we start to ask it questions, for example, we're going to ask it about the Halloween string lights, and you can see the data this chatbot's using. It's got all of the information from the different products on the website, and it's given me a breakdown of that information. But it's also said if you'd like to add them to cart, you can do so here. And watch what happens if I click that link. It takes me directly to a checkout page with that product already fulfilled, and it adds a tracking link to that URL. So I can see as a business how much it's gone through. If somebody's made a payment, I can see if it's come from ChatIQ. But now let's try this, right? Also, just so you can actually capture people's emails. But now let's try this, right? How many can I buy? If I search that, what this chatbot's going to do is it's going to tell me that I can buy as many units as I'd like. So now what I want to do is I want to see, well, can I add multiple to cart? What's going to happen now? So let's say, for example, actually, we want to add 10 of those string lights to cart, and we also want to add 2 haunted ghosts to cart. I don't know if I showed you you don't need to see the website, do you? I'll show you the website, right? But on the website, this is the demo store that this chatbot's trained on, right? This is the string lights, and one second, this is the string lights, and then this is the haunted ghost. So this person here is obviously going to try and buy both of these products. I've got to whistle through this because I've got a call. But you can see here, add 10 string lights and 2 ghosts to my cart. It's going to go ahead and see if it can do that. Excellent. We've got 10 Halloween pumpkin string lights and 2 100cm haunted ghosts in your cart. It's already created me the cart link. And by the way, this would be on your website. When I click that link, I open up the checkout page. It's got the string lights and it's got the hanging props. Cool, that's done. It's added to cart, and it's actually quite easy to do. So we've built this system, ChatIQ, which allows you to scale your business. We've got thousands of people using this product, over 12,000 happy users. This guy is doing $42,000 per month. A big part of that is because of AI recommendations using our product. This guy, $50,000 a month because of product recommendations using our product. It can also automate customer support, right? I can submit a support ticket. If I submit a support ticket, I can, send through things like I've got a question or bulk order, or I've got a problem with my order, and then ChatIQ will prioritize that ticket. You can see here, can I get a refund? Product was awful. It's prioritized that ticket. It's categorized it under an order issue. I, as a business owner, can generate a response to that support ticket using AI. I can see the conversation that they've had with the AI. And then if I want to, and I'm happy with that email, I can send this directly using SendGrid. So I can automate customer service as well. I can gather people's email addresses. I can increase conversion rates on my business, a huge amount of stuff that I can do. So if you guys are interested in getting this set up for your business, there is a link down below in the description. It will take you to my website. There's a video on there which explains a little bit about what we can do. And then basically just book in for a call with me and we can help you set up this system for your business and start scaling your business and creating more revenue for your business. But I'll see you guys in the next video. If you've got any other ideas for videos, let me know down below in the comments.